from my vantage point, questioning the special counsel next week will be a very important milestone. It'll be an opportunity for the American public to finally hear from the special counsel directly about the significant evidence of criminality that he uncovered and the conclusions that he reached as a result thereof. But it's just the beginning, not the end. I mean, we also need to hear from the fact witnesses, from Mr. McGahn, from Ms. Donaldson, from many others. As you know, you've had the chairman on your program many times. We just recently authorized the chairman to issue a number of subpoenas for additional fact witnesses, many of whom never worked for the administration, and we believe can make no colorable or cogent argument this supposed privileges that they've continually tried to invoke, which have no legal basis. But nonetheless, these witnesses can't even assert that, so we expect them to appear as well.
The legal wrangling over those fact witnesses is frustrating to a lot of observers and people who sort of still want this story to be further unraveled for the American people, just because it is taking a long time. And you and the chairman both have expressed that you're on strong legal footing, that they're asserting privileges that don't exist, that ultimately you'll win. Is the idea that, yeah, this is taking a long time, but ultimately after we win in court, the dam will break and we'll get all of them all at once? Or is every single one of these fact witnesses going to take months or years to spool out, in which case we're all going to be in an old folks' home by the time we get to the end of the first volume of the report?
I certainly hope it's the former and not the latter, and I think that's probably the case. I mean, I think we are on very strong legal footing. I think these witnesses ultimately will be compelled to testify and appear before the Judiciary Committee. And as I said, next week's hearing ought to be where the focus is. It's a very important first step. I will also say part of the challenge has been the fog of confusion that was created by this administration's wholesale obstruction of Congress. As you know, you've documented it on your program many a times, the administration constantly rebuffing Congress, refusing to obey congressional subpoenas that were duly issued, has created a fog of confusion around the special counsel's findings, and I think that's why the hearing next week is so important, so that the public can finally understand what he concluded.